technically, oh my god, look at the size of that. I mean, Riot of Negation is a thing, but if not, oh my god, look how big that squirrel is. That's a big boy squirrel. You approach me, Birdman! You approach me! Right, Dust Till Dawn, or Dawn to Dusk. Hello everyone, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel. Again, I have a deck for you today. This one, yet again, it's just tied this over until we get to try out the new cards and have a good time. But this deck is a good laugh. So let's get in to the Swole Judgment deck. As I said, the deck is called Swole Judgment, and obviously we are working with Swole Squirrel and Judgment. We've also got an Unyielding Spirit in there. So for those of you who don't know, Swole Squirrel is a card whereby whenever it strikes, it doubles its power. And so there's a number of different ways you can build Swole Squirrel. You can build it in Demacia. Makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of things like single combat and striking stuff, because every single time it strikes. So that makes sense. Also, Noxus makes sense. Like, I built a number of Swole Squirrel decks. Even Shurima makes sense because of the boomerang that they've got in there. But that deck was, which I put that out a long time ago. I put a lot of Swole Squirrel decks out, but this one is a lot of fun. We are working with Swole Squirrel and Shen, and because we're working with Demacia, all the barrier spells. So the way that we're protecting Swole Squirrel is through barriers to be able to make sure that they're striking in, gonna be okay, and then just going, more and more powerful until we can get into a Dragon's Rage, which could be direct lethal, or even putting down Unyielding Spirit on this and then throwing down a Dust Till Dawn on the squirrels. So we just make loads of Swole Squirrels that are all unkillable and continuously doubling up the damage. So this is the deck that we're working with today. Number of different strikes, as I said, coming in from single combat or concerted strike, judgment, and obviously which is like a Dragon's Kick. So it's a really funny deck. I would definitely recommend giving this, if you want to have a good laugh, I would definitely recommend giving this a go. It did really well in a number of matchups. Got which is River Shaper in here just to draw because of how many spells we've got going on. Eggman is actually good. Like, people are going to be wondering, why the hell are you running two Eggmans, Gomez? Eggman's actually in here because, number one, he's a blocker. He's actually quite a good blocker because of his health stat of 3. But not only that, he makes a random dragon, which, depending on what the situation is, you might not draw your squirrels. Like, like, for all you know, like, you might not draw the squirrels and whatnot. So, actually, getting a random dragon, dragons work really well with judgment. And so, it's an alternative if needed, and that's the reason why Eggman is in this deck. Got a little bit of draw going in and whatnot. So yes, that is what we're working with here. So please let me know what you think about the deck down in the comment section down below, as well as the fact that obviously all the games that you're going to be seeing were streamed live. So if you want to come catch the action live, please feel free. Shameless plug time: Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. You can catch me on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, as well as there's a Discord link down below if you want to join the Discord. I said we've got a lot of a lovely community we're building around this channel, and I do love it so much. As well as if you want to talk any of the new cards, because obviously hype. There will be a video later on today where obviously when the cards come out, I will get that video out as quickly as possible so you can see my live reactions to the cards that are coming, because it's exciting times. Card reveal season is always a fun time because it means that creativity and fun, like that kind of comedy, is going to be coming very soon. Like in terms of we get new champions, that gives you new strategies, it gives you more new ways to build, new combinations, and that's the bit that I love with deck creation and deck building. That's the bit that I love. But making decks like this, that's what it's all about. So I hope that you enjoy what you've seen. If you run this deck, please let me know how it goes for you. Or if you make any changes, let me know what changes you make as well. There's also, which is just thank you so much for watching. This channel would be nothing without all of you watching, so thank you so much. I've got an end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers / subscribers on Twitch and Twitter. Twitch and YouTube, and YouTube is doing really well, so thank you all so much. The support that you give me just by watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, it means so much. It's helping my little dreams come true, so thank you so much. Anyway, without further ado, enough of that sappy stuff, let's see how we do in a couple of matchups. Like, you normally see this kind of a move with, I'm actually going to keep this because potentially Unyielding Spirit on top of Swole Squirrel, you always keep that move. You normally see this with Lucians, and it's actually kind of interesting to see the fact they're running Kalista instead. Rekindler? Oh, my Swole boys! Oh, my JoJos. But JoJo's, you approach me, Birdman! I mean, admittedly, we're still a long way off any form of, like, victory or, like, this going well for me. Potentially Birdman, or I might throw out the Bright Steel Protector, depending on what this is.
The Emperor commands.
We throw out the Eggman. The Eggman obeys. Go get him, Eggman. Next turn, not a lot's really happening. I could technically throw the Eggman out, I guess. But if I throw the Eggman out, like, I want to be throwing a Swole Squirrel out with the ability to throw a barrier directly on top of him. Eggman kind of stops that from being a thing. Actually, I'll leave it. I'd rather use you as a blocker. Although we might be able to threaten. Sod it, we'll do it. There is the slight chance they've got the 1 mana spell. But I'll take that. I mean, I guess actually maybe we should have left it because this is going to be turned into a 4-5. Oh! That's actually quite big. It is almost enough to make me consider playing the Eggman. It's not enough to make me to actually play the Eggman, but it was enough to make me consider playing the Eggman. This is all going to be worthwhile. They could immediately go for an open here. Desert by my hand. Think to myself, Prismatic Barrier. And admittedly, they are running Shadow Isles, meaning there's a lot of removal in Shadow Isles. Oh, that's a lot of damage. A significant amount of damage. Okay. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't a tiny bit scared. We need to develop. Development is the most important thing right now in order to try to keep myself alive. So as much of me wants to immediately throw the Unyielding Spirit down, development is important here. I mean, obviously I've got many other big problems, like this is squeaky bum time. I do run like a judgment or two in this deck. If I Heart of the Cards, if we top deck Judgment, we might actually be okay. Because top decking Judgment on top of Swole Squirrel would just be... So, if the Heart of the Cards are with me and we top deck Judgment, this would actually be devastating. Just give me Judgment! Okay. Please, top deck Judgment, top deck Judgment. Heart of the Cards, Yugi. Heart of the Cards! Not what I was looking for, but... You can take that out, and Eggman at least dampen the damage, Eggman. So we want to be doing this because we want to hope they're then going to throw a spell on top of you. Okay, so they're just going to go straight up with the removal on top of that. So they're not throwing a spell. Potentially they could have Black Spear because they're running Kalista and that. Rite of Negation is also something that they could have. But I'm willing to go with this right now because I kind of need to try. There we go, right. The Swole Squirrel can't die. It's okay. A Swole Squirrel boy. So we need to top deck Dust, was it Dawn and Dusk? Or we need to top deck like Judgment and I will feel secure. The second that Judgment is given to me, I will feel secure again. I need Judgment! Please! Tell the people what you've seen here today. Top deck Judgment. Or, I said top deck Judgment, Dust Till Dawn, or even the Dragon Kick. If they've not got Rite of Negation, Dragon Kick is death to them. I've got so many things I want. I'm not gonna get any of them, are they? Am I? Come on, just give me one of my options. Oh, Judgment. At least that's okay. Might save my life. Like, no lies. It might legitimately save my life against what's coming for me. I feel that we want to go with as many things as we can. So throw another Swole Squirrel out. This is stupid, but it's okay. You're covered. Go get him, boys! Ah, you approach me, Birdman! Gotta go with the hope, but the potential Judgment just... Potential Rite of Negation, right? Rite of Negation is gonna be always the thorn in my paw that could come for me. Ooh, your ability to... That's not what I need to see, though. You're not what I need to see. Your overwhelming spell shield is not ideal. Potentially, single combat. This is so stupid. This is honest to God. So, I mean, it's the fact they keep Birdman back because they know. They know I'm coming for Birdman. Okay. This is stupid. This is stupid in every which way. Because I'm already dead. Technically, oh my god, look at the size of that! I mean, Riot of Negation is a thing, but if not, oh my god, look how big that squirrel is! That's a big boy squirrel. You approach me, Birdman! You approach me! Right, dusk till dawn, or dawn till dusk. Straight up dragon kick. Straight up dragon kick! Look at how swole he is. He has become JoJo! They had no right. I'm legitimately surprised they didn't actually have a right of negation, but I'm happy because obviously this has now happened. Now all we got to do is just stay alive and reap the benefits. Stay alive and reap the benefits of this fact. I'm looking for the kick. Let's be honest, we're... the Cards Yugi! Before Heart of the Cards Yugi kick comes in, let us first let this get bigger. Oh, just look at how much damage that is. Oh! They could block that. They block it. Oh, it's gonna get so big. Are you ready? Are you? Ah! I can't control myself. I'm about to like need a change of underwear of how exciting this is. Things are gonna get graphic. Things are gonna get graphic with the damage here. Oh, Golden Birdman, you approach me. No, just pass your turn and accept. Accept justice. Potential right of negation, but I've got to try and send Golden Birdman to the Shadow Realm. Look at that damage! Oh, kick to the core! Now that's a Swole Squirrel. Now, that's a Swole Squirrel. That is a lot of damage for you to take in that Nexus right there. Okay, this is the deck that I was expecting. Instead of the Kalista deck, I was honest to God expecting this which is actually a faster deck. It's very unlikely we'll beat this deck. Like, speaking honestly, it's very unlikely we'll beat this deck because they will beat the crap out of us before we even know it. So I expect that. Ooh, actually, okay, right. So, no turn one, that's good for me. Let's at least make sure that Swole Squirrel is coming down with a Barret. Ooh, and that single combat might actually mean that when he drops, Amadeus. Right, Scout unit comes out. Potentially Valor, I expect Valor. Ooh, I mean, if they pass, I also pass. I also pass. And now, it's time! It's time to like literally the fact that they've not moved, the fact that they've honestly not moved yet is really weird. Like in terms of the fact that normally this kind of a deck would have moved by now, like done something before this turn. So it's actually a surprise that they hadn't done anything. We leave it. I've got a concerted strike. I've got a single combat. I've got the ability to barry you up, be it this way or this way. Part of me kind of wants to get Shen on the board. Part of me kind of wants to get Shen on the board, but I can understand not a distrap going for a barrier here. I've got you back. Single combat could come out. Ooh, I was honestly not expecting a single combat move. So, I do have another barrier spell. So much of it is considering River Shaper, because River Shaper just means that I can draw more spells and might be able to get, like, I'm legitimately surprised. Okay, we throw down the barrier. I'm legitimately surprised that we've not seen, there's so many different spells and things this deck has, and I'm surprised that they've only started right now. Like, Swole Squirrel's already at potential lethal capabilities. Oh, Golden Aegis. That deck is so, like, if it draws right, can kill you so quickly. Like, it basically laughs in your face. That deck has got the potential to laugh in your face. Gotta ask myself, do I want to throw Shen down? Shen offers me, like, protection to the Swole Squirrel. Obviously, concerted strike. We might see a Cyphria. Ooh, no, we see old Lucian himself. Fair enough then. We immediately go forward like this. Okay, so that Swole. All that's happening right now is this Swole Squirrel is getting so buff. I could disrupt single combat Lucian off the field of battle. We've got a concerted strike next turn. Let's be honest. But, oh, just look at how big! I could straight up kill this. I've not really got a like, I feel like I leave it. Concerted Strike kill Lucian. I mean, the Swole Squirrel is getting thick. Like, it's starting to get to the point where, like, you know, it should. If my opponent is not scared, they should be. Potential Riot of Negations, potential... Does that deck even run Riot of Negation? It runs single combat, but right now... Judgment!
Welcome.
A true Valorian welcome! Oh, we've got Swole Squirrel's getting big. We could make Swole Squirrel go stupid again. We made Swole Squirrel go stupid before, but there is a slight problem of... I can't remember exactly what that deck runs. Like, does that deck run... What's his face? Why can't I think of names right now? Does that deck run... Because the problem is, like, that takes away all my mana. Like, literally, there's no bit of mana which survives there. I feel Golden Aegis is going to be the better move. Golden Aegis leaves the ability for Concerted Strike. As much as the comedy is Judgment, and I really want to do it, Golden Aegis makes a lot more sense. It's not the move I want to do, but it is the move I will do. So I need to ask myself, your Emperor commands the sands of time and shurimas. How close are we talking to? So this would basically be the level up on Lucian. So part of me is honestly considering the single combat off of you. Just because in my head, that makes sense. I can throw down a sharp sight on top of you. I can live with that decision. I've got Judgment. I can tell myself, or do I just leave it? Or do I just go down to 10? I can go down to 10. 10's fine. 10's where I live. I could have actually thrown you out over here. Sharp sight. That's what I mean. So they give themselves the ability to sharp sight. So we go, ha! I also have this. I also have this ability, Kyber. Ha ha! Lucian goes to the Shadow Realm. Deny, but not really going to be using anything of that. Immediately go forward, I feel. They could maybe kill Shen, because they could throw, like, but that's fine, that's fine. We've got Judgment capabilities in the future. My Swole Squirrel is becoming so swole. We've got a Concerted Strike option. We've got a like, everything is so good. Shen levels this turn. Oh, another Swole Squirrel. Like, do we... Jojo, you approach me. Just like, you approach me. We could... Do I want to keep Deny as an option? Sod it. Sod it, I've made my decision. I have made my decision! The Swole Squirrels, they must come in the rise! I might end up regretting that. I should have maybe kept other options open like Deny or something along those lines, but I'll go with this. I'll go with this and see. Emperor. Go get him! Oh, the subscription coming in from Bar1 Cubone. Thank you, Buddy Boo, for 2 months in a row. Bar1 Cubone, thank you so much. You say the one drop. I'm willing to accept this. Oh, it's time to... This Swole Squirrel, literally all this Swole Squirrel is waiting for is it's literally the kick move. It's literally what that Swole Squirrel is waiting for right now. Just waiting for my kick. River Shaper at least allows me to maybe be able to, like, actually, how many, so I can throw down River Shaper and still use Judgment if I wanted to. I throw down River Shape the land. We potentially lose. Right, that's okay, it's okay. So, they want to remove Shen from me. Ooh, and they actually want to remove you. As much as me wants to use Judgment, which is a massive part of me. I'm not going to lie. A big part of me wants... They didn't even use the scout move here. Big part of me wants to use Judgment. I'm going to throw one Swole Squirrel in front just to keep myself on 7. I feel that what I do here is... We throw down... that on top of you, just so you live through this. See what they do, and it leaves me the ability to Concerted Strike if I wanted to Concerted Strike. So I can still, technically right now, Concerted Strike Birdman. Birdman, I'm gonna throw down you first. I feel like we're going the long route and see what they play. You can't, you approach it. No, Birdman! Birdman, this is not how this goes down! You do not run away! This is not bloody season 2 of JoJo where you're Jonathan running away! Come back and face me, JoJo! I mean, I'm JoJo, but also, you come and face me like a man! Another Blood Star. You know, I do need to experiment with that. I just honestly, like, I've had too many other stupid ideas on my mind. I'm gonna keep the Key Guardian. I've got this. We need my Swole boy. I didn't come. It wasn't heart of the cards this time. It didn't immediately come to me.
I am one with the land.
Don't worry, my Swole Squirrel will come.
Who goes there?
If you build it, they will come. So I could actually just straight up. I'm willing to do that more for defense. As well as the fact this is starting to buff this up, so I'm actually willing to do that. I am using up all of my mana. Is my problem here though? Like I'm not banking any mana. And banking mana can be very, very important. I feel like I keep you back and let the other two go forward here. There could be a transfusion. Yeah, less likely. Golden Aegis. Still need my Swole boy. Come to me. Come to me, Squirrel. I'm not gonna find him, am I? I'm not gonna find him. He's not got their landmark, which is like the main thing that they're looking for in that kind of a deck. Judgment. Get all my spells. All my spells, but no one to share. I mean, technically, I could throw the Unyielding Spirit on top of this. Just let the barriers make you grow. Make my monsters grow! But it's not what I'm looking for. I don't really want to sacrifice this to this. Okay, come on, come to me. Swole, Swole, Swole. Again, all of his moves! All of the moves, but not who I'm looking for. I need to ask myself, is the smart move here just to kick this to the core? Just so they don't get this immediate overwhelm, like, thing potentially leveling up. I might have to throw an Unyielding Spirit on top of this, you know. Like, there's actually a good chance. I don't want to, right? I don't want to do this. But it's very much looking like this is my best. Like, with everything else which is going on here, this is actually my best move. You will become the Swole Glade Collector. Or Caretaker, sorry, not Collector. I've really got nothing else. Potential. That's fine. That is fine. Because at least you can you're still going to be surviving. You don't die from this. Obviously, it is meaning that Vladimir's getting a bit of a level up. You're starting to get this up. I need my barriers. Ah, barriers. But I need my draw. I need something to draw. Go get him. Go get him. At this point, just go get him. That's fine. That's fine. We've got single combat options. We've got so you say you can't be broken. Single combat. Only the fun. We could even Golden Aegis and go again, knowing that we've got a judgment. They could have frostbites. They've already proven that they've got troll chant. So actually, I feel like we just Golden Aegis, right? Sod it. Sod it. Golden Aegis and go again. We might as well start getting the damage up. It's the best I've got. In all honesty, the best I've got is just get the damage up. This is not the way this is meant to be. But if this is the way this has to go, this is the way this has to go. I don't know whether or not that deck would run frostbites or not. That's the thing. No mercy for cowards. Right. Potential judgment. As I say, there are moves they could do. Or do we actually just go for a single combat? Rather than judgment, let's just go with throwing this in front of here and then throwing a single combat on top of you. Because we do still have sharp sight if we need it. We might see a lot of moves here. This actually might be a misplay because they could technically, yeah, that's what I mean. So they're going big on me. I can still throw down a sharp sight. Yeah, so transfusion. So yeah, no, I feel like I've killed myself. I've killed myself. If I denied this spell, we live on 4. Like literally because the damage is going in, so we can live on 4. I deny my own spell just to live. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get her in the future. We'll get her in the future. Judgment is gonna be so crucial. Judgment is gonna be so crucial. Okay, so you give me the ability to kick you back into the core. We will go for the attack forward first. See whether or not they do a defense still. They don't want to risk it. Risk it for a biscuit. That now means they cannot play you again. They cannot play you. So we'll take her back. Take her back. Send her back. Right. My main concern. So I've got a single combat and I've got a judgment. This is not the way this is meant to go down. But there's nothing left to believe in. Believe in hope, right? Okay. Oh, damn! Where have you been this entire game? Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Judgment! Where have you been this entire game, you bastard? You've been needed. Okay, we got a single combat. If they try to like make somebody bigger, like this is all I got. This is literally all I've got. Judgment and hope is literally the only things that are keeping me. Judgment! Hope! Right. Whew. Right. Swole Squirrel, we're at least gonna give you some buffs. So next turn you come out, which is gonna buff you up. I've got so many issues, especially considering the fact that you will do 1 damage to my core. Sleep, just shh. Leave it. Just don't do anything, disciple. Just leave it. Vladimir, play! Okay. Just leave it, Vladimir. Just leave it. Just accept your death. The problem is they're slowly but surely going wider and wider on me. Swole Squirrel. Nature blesses her followers. We can throw down Key Guardian on top of the River Shaper. This is literally all I'm trying to do is draw and get the spells that I need and slowly but surely buff you with barriers. That's all I've got. A true fan alien welcome! I came to fight. Please sit down. Oh, the dragon kick. Dragon kick might actually be victory! We go forward. Dragon kick. Dragon kick. It's okay, the dragons are coming for you. The dragon kick is coming! Do we do it off of the Swole Squirrel? Like, you've got us this far, but this deck is all about the JoJo Squirrel. Oh, Jojo! Jojo! Oh, Vladimir. Vladimir. It's time for you to go to the Shadow Realm, my friend. You approach me, Vladimir! Crap. Okay. Wait. That is still death! That is still death! Boom! Oh, the reason why we did it off of you is in case they had a brittle steel. It was very unlikely they did, but I mean, she got us all this way. Like, the caretaker got us all this way. But Swole Squirrel. Swole Squirrel finisher. We've not got a Swole Squirrel boy. We've got. I'm honestly gonna keep Judgment. What are we up against? I keep Judgment. I should probably not be keeping Judgment at this moment, but I got rid of you. But it served me so well that I'm not willing to part. The Emperor commands. So who the who's? Get rid of you. Keep you alive right now. Can't throw out River Shaper yet. I'd rather pass the turn because I might need you to block somebody else. So, feeling River Shaper. Throwing this out on top of River Shaper. River shape the land.
Shape the land and give it life.
That's the words. So I can at least go against the barrier. So I see your barrier and I raise you barrier. Ooh, that's a lovely spell. I feel like we get rid of this scout unit. I could technically go getting rid of you. The only thing that I'm thinking is there's potential sharp sight, but I'm willing to remove both of these units. Mostly because I have these units again. So no sharp sight. Okay. Actually, I was honestly not expecting sharp sight because they want to be having units live for Jarvan. So there's too much judgment in my hand. Too much judgment. Could throw down the Eggman, but I'm going to throw down... The reason why I did that on top of River Shaper rather than her is... Okay, I might end up regretting that because, I mean, I guess we're going to be playing the Eggman first next turn. I can live with the decisions that have been made. I do have problems. Many problems that require a multitude of solutions. But yeah, no, so I'm thinking to myself, River Shaper next turn, that's going to buff you up a little bit. Does mean that you'd get this, so potentially actually throw the Eggman out first. They could... Oh, my squirrel! Jojo! But obviously we want to make sure the squirrel's not going to be vulnerable. So we're not throwing you out this turn, but Judgment, Dragon's Rage, Squirrel. So It's all coming together, Yugi. It's all coming together. Willing to accept the Eggman be the man who dies. Ooh, actually, a Screeching Dragon's not actually a bad pull out of that. Out of all the dragons you can create, Screeching Dragon's not the worst here. Screeching Dragon with Judgment is also a good move. But let's face it, Swole Squirrel is who we want. So I could throw the River Shaper out, or I could leave the River Shaper and save the mana. Throw Swole Squirrel out next turn. No retreat, no surrender. The main concern about Renekton will always be the potential of Quicksand. That is always going to be my #1 problem when it comes to Renekton. He doesn't have a barrier, he hasn't got any form of defense other than Sharp Sight. Which admittedly, if they use... I mean, we can deny this. Yeah, no, we deny it. we deny it. Does get me out the Sharp Sight move. And I can't... Like, I kind of want to keep the Judgment move open as well. So we might see... I was going to say, we might see another Cataclysm. So, I have the ability to Judgment. It's very important to always remember that Quicksand is a thing. I could throw down the River Shaper. Puts me down to potential Sharp Sight as my defense. Could just go straight up with the kick, but then they just replay their Renekton, so it doesn't really change anything. I go and play the River Shaper, mostly because I know that it's got a barrier. I've got the problem with the fact that they're getting closer and closer to a level up on Renekton. So they grab the River Shaper land. Could technically throw the Sharp Sight down on top of you, just so that he's in a slightly worse position. Obviously, Quicksand. This doesn't actually count as him doing damage, actually. That's Quicksand, yeah. This doesn't actually count as him doing damage. Oh, but it does remove the barrier. Okay, yep, now this does. Now this counts as him leveling. He wasn't leveling up until this point. Now he levels. Should have left it. I should have just left it. So, a little bit of a misplay there on my point. Should have just left it. It was fine. We could have just done a little bit of damage to him and laughed about it. Not ideal whatsoever. We could Concerted Strike. Feel like we can play with it. We can play down the Screeching Dragon and then Concerted Strike just so that he dies. Feels like the better move. Obviously, at any point, Jarvan could come out and go out of that deck in terms of just them attacking forward. Jarvan's actually a big concern for me because he can just immediately take the Swole Squirrel out of the game. Admittedly, we do still have a Screeching Dragon, so we could use Judgment on the sweep. We could actually, like... So, yet again, the Swole Squirrel doesn't have to be our main point of death. Kind of works for both of these. Potential Quicksand, but they've already used one Quicksand. Potential Rite of Negation. Potential single combat. Oh, that's me. So Rite of Negation. There's always a chance of it. On the positive side.
Remember the fallen.
Remember the fallen. I want to go with taking you. I presume Jarvan's coming at me next turn. My guess will be that Jarvan comes for me next turn. He comes out and then goes. Okay. This is what I expect. Yep, Crazy Man's coming for me. Prince Jarvan! The only thing that I have, Judgment doesn't kill you. If I use Judgment, we could at least kill Jarvan. So, a big part of me is considering this. There could be a Cataclysm. Is the only thing I'm thinking as a possibility. I'm willing to do this. I kind of need to keep the Swole Squirrel alive right now. So, okay. So, that is the level up. And plus, Sunny still dies. I will leave in case they go for a Cataclysm, which they could do. Okay, that's fine. So, I've got a lot of issues. Many problems. Many problems. But the Swole Squirrel can start to get swole. And we can get a kick in. We've got not got the best health stat. There is the potential of another because they've already proven that they run sandwich. Quicksand, that's the words. Does stop me from having the ability to, but if I don't stop it, I'm dead. So immediate deny does stop my moves. Like really good moves. Go get him. Go get him, boy. Potential judgment next turn. That's 2 of their cataclysms we've stopped. Jarvan might come at me. I need to hope he doesn't. Stay back, Jarvan! Stay back! Oh, got another Swole Squirrel. Okay. All is forgiven, or all is not lost. It's potentially going to be slightly lost, but it's not all lost. Okay, so they've still... Actually, Jarvan's not got a space on the board right now. I'm not going to lie. Scary times. Scary times!
Stand with me,
Now he's got a
brothers and
place on
sisters.
the board. Okay, so the fact that he can grab who he wants is not ideal. The fact that the scout unit can grab who they want as well is not ideal, but okay. That's fine. I'll accept. Literally, judgment is about all I have. I could straight up kick one of these, but they're so wide on the board. Judgment is literally my only way, my only salvation. Here's a little lesson in trickery.
Strike.
Sometimes history is written by the bold. Go, 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 go. Judgment! Okay. Well, one Swole Squirrel goes to the graveyard. Oh, big man Swole Squirrel. Jojo, you approach me, giant crocodile man. Okay.
Engulf them.
Shed a moat to my opponent.
From the river folk.
Oh, that got scary. It's so many points. But yeah, that's why you always hold on to judgment. So that is the Swole Judgment, the JoJo Squirrel. I do love a good Swole Squirrel deck. Like a really good Swole Squirrel deck. It's so much fun when it all kicks off, and it's really hard. It can be really intimidating when that squirrel starts to get to a certain point as well, especially if it's got Unyielding Spirit on it. But please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, and let me know if you run this deck, how it goes for you, or if you make any changes to this deck. Let me know what you would change. But honestly, thank you so much. As I said, all the games that you saw were streamed live on Twitch, so you can catch me live on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, as well as there's a Discord link down below if you want to get in there, talk all things like deck creation. If you've got other ideas yourself, like crazy ideas yourself, there's never a crazy idea, so put it in there. Like, there's people who can help workshop it with you, or just like have a good time with it, as well as you can talk all the new cards, new card hype. I said new card hypes are coming, like cards are coming. I will be putting out a video later on today about the reveals of the day and my first impressions and thoughts on them, so if you want to catch that, please feel free to, but do not feel forced. But just thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you have a great day, weekend, afternoon, or whatever the hell it is for you. And until next time, bye! From Flash of Brilliance, that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.